Vaman Jayanti. Vaman, the dwarf, is the fifth incarnation of Vishnu, and it took place in the TRETAYUG, the second Yug. He appeared in the form of a dwarf Brahmin without any special anthropomorphic features. Incarnation is to control the demon BALI and save the deities from him. In the Rigveda, it explains Vishnu covered the earth, underworld and the sky in just 3 paces of his feet. The references for this avatar is from Rigveda, Purana, Vishnu Purana, Skanda Purana, Vamana Purana, Bhagavata Purana. At any place, in any form, virtue can defeat the evil forces. Such battle can be considered as a yagna, for which the whole earth, even the entire universe, can be treated as a fire altar. The task of conquering evil should be fulfilled as an act of sacred worship. Vaman is symbolized as a minute particle, Trivikram, which comprises the Virat, the cosmic aspect, and Bali symbolizes the evil force which tries to keep virtue in his command. After its surrender, the yagna fills its course. All manifestation is yagna, in which the divine power unfolds itself as matter, which is symbolized in the 3 words. Vishnu, in the form of Vaman, is the symbol of an avatar which may appear small or less important, but when he takes the Virat, the huge cosmic form, he crushes the immoral with all his force. The one who wishes to control evil and bring about a rule for peace should restrict his work to the boundaries of strength, shape and riches. He should be generous and open-hearted. The story of the 5th incarnation of Vaman is presented in the form of a dwarf man, which is originating in the Vedas, and Vaman is associated with the history from the Purans, taking the legend of the 3 worlds back, which is referred as Trilok from the Asur king BALI in 3 steps to give back to Indra. The consort of Vamana Avatar is incarnated as Kirti, which is fame, Padma or Kama. The 3 steps of Vamana Avatar. The whole universe is occupied by Vishnu. He placed his foot at 3 spots and covered the entire world. As per the Daitya Samhita, Vishnu incarnated himself as a dwarf to help his friend Indra in getting his kingdom back. Aitreya Brahmin tells us that Indra and Vishnu were busy in fighting with demons, and they made a deal with the Asurs that as much land as Vishnu covers in 3 steps will belong to both of them. The demon agreed to it, and Vishnu occupied the living world, light and speech. From Shatpat Brahman also says the gods and the Asurs, the demons, were struggling for supremacy. The gods lost the war and the demons fled. The Asurs, which are the demons, sat together to distribute the world among themselves. On this occasion, the gods reached there requesting for some land to stay. The Asurs agreed to give them a piece of land which Vaman, the dwarf, could occupy in 3 feet. Vaman occupied the Tribhuvan, all the 3 worlds, the earth, the sky and the underworld, with his 3 feet, and defeated the Asurs. The legend of King BALI and Vaman evolved in Ramayana for the first time. Vishnu took his form to subdue the pride of the king BALI. As Vaman, he appeared during the occasion of performance of a yagna, which is a sacrifice, and asked for the land measuring the size of his 3 steps. After granting this gift, he enlarged himself and covered the whole earth in 3 steps. Finally, he sent King Bali to rule the underworld, which is the Patalallok. The concept of Vamana Avatar is mentioned in many Puranas, and there is a continuous conflict between Devas and Asurs. Bali, the grandson of PRAHLAD, the great devotee of Vishnu, was a king of Asurs. With his devotion and sacrifices, he became so powerful that he conquered the entire universe, including the heaven. Indra and the other gods urged Vishnu to retrieve their celestial abode and save the world from the Asurs. Therefore Vishnu agreed and took birth in the house of a Brahmin called Kashyap and his wife Aditi. When he was a young boy, he reached the Yagna Mandap, a place where sacrifices are performed, of the Asur BALI. He asked for alms, and Bali was impressed, seeing his divine appearance as a brahmachari, a Vedic student, with shaved head, shikha, yagnopavit, sacrificial thread worn by Brahmins, and a dand, which is a ritual stick. He agreed to give Vaman anything that he wished. Shukracharya, the priest of Asurs, warned him that the boy was no other than Vishnu, and not to commit anything but the ever-generous Bali considered it as a great honor if Vishnu himself asked for a favor. Vaman asked for space equal to his 3 steps, 3 strides. As the king of Asurs agreed to his demand, Vaman started growing in size. He covered the earth, the Bhulok, with his first step, and the heaven, the Antariksh, with the second step. And since there was no other place left, he asked Bali Raja where to put his 3rd step. Bali bowed before him and requested Vaman to put his 3rd step on his head. Immensely pleased with Bali, Vaman did so and pushed him into the netherworld, Patalallok. Occupying all the 3 worlds, Vishnu became Trivikram, conqueror of 3 lands. He sent Bali to Patalallok to rule the Asurs with peace. The gods again became independent and continued to control the universe with sovereignty. Trivikram, Vishnu worship of Vaman on Bhadrapad Shukla Dwadashi, known as Vamana Dwadashi. This day is celebrated at places where are meeting points of 2 rivers. A pot is filled with water and 5 precious stones. After midnight, it is set up with some sesame or wheat and an image of Vaman. His attributes, the Dan, Kamandal, Chhatra, Paduka, Akshamala, are also kept with it. After worship, the prayer of Vaman is uttered. The one whose image is adorned with Ajin, Dan, Kamandal, Mekhal, the one who has occupied all 3 lands, conquered the enemies, and the one who is proficient in Veds.